You are listening to the Married Gamers Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Chris Brown, and on this episode, Kelly and I will talk about the recent PAX East 2014, our recent adventures in Titanfall, and also chat about our Week in Geek. All this and more on episode 331 of the Married Gamers Podcast.
Episode 331, recorded on April 20th, Easter 2014. Thank you for taking time out of your week to listen to the Married Gamers. I am one half of the podcast, Kelly Brown, aka Mrs. Lefty Brown. And as always, I am joined by the Easter Bunny. Oh, wait. No, that's my husband sitting over there.
Yes. Hey, long time no hear.
Yeah.
First podcast in almost a month. We're getting our bearings back.
Yeah, I gone through traveling. You went to PAX East, so we had you packing and whatnot.
We'll be talking about that later on in the episode.
Yeah, and just a few other things that were keeping us from podcasting this past month.
All right.
So.
Well, as we do for every episode, we have an opening question. And the opening question this week is there any TV that you're currently watching that you would love to have as a tabletop game? Now, that's a twist. Usually we ask a video game, but having a tabletop day in our rearview mirror, why don't we go that route?
You know, it's funny you say that because I just got done watching 2 episodes of this, and I think it would be an interesting tabletop game. Now, you wouldn't play this game as the title ensues, Naked and Afraid.
No.
But I think it would be interesting because you'd have cards that you would play that would play a part into how you would have your sort of survival techniques into it. So, you know, you might, the board would be kind of the layout of wherever you'd be at, and you would have to the deck would be where you were at, whether it would be a desert or a jungle, or they've had some that were even in Louisiana, so it was kind of in a swamp area. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a exotic location. But then, you know, you've got snakes that maybe play a part in it. You've got monitor lizards that play a part into it. And then, is it going to rain on you? Is there going to be a hurricane? Is there going to be a typhoon? You know, different things that may play a part. Are you going to be able to find food that day? Are you going to be able to start fire? You know, and what is your one item that you are able to bring with you? So I think it'd be an interesting tabletop game. Have you ever watched an episode of that?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
It's one of those reality TV shows that I can never forget that, well, there's cameras watching it all. So how real
is it?
Be? You know, and, you know, so how shaped, and, you know, and plus it's on the Discovery Channel?
Yes. So,
you know, I'm always dubious of how, you know, well that's done because of the source.
Right.
Yeah. You know, as for me, the only one that sort of springs to mind right now is Mad Men. Mad Men just started back up.
Okay, I've never watched that before.
Okay. But I don't picture it as an RPG per se, but I would say like you're in everyone is playing an advertising agency set in the 60s, and so in a sense it's a deck building game. So you have different cards you can use, you know, little trumps, you know, like, well, you know, here's your card. You showed up to work, accidentally on LSD. So that.
How do you show up accidentally on LSD?
Well, you take something and you didn't know it was spiked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So something like that. So it'd be like, like Magic, the Gathering. So you have these cards and, you play them at certain times to your advantage and defense. And you try to win, as many contracts as you can. And as soon as you get to a level, you become, the lead, advertising agency in New York. So that would be my idea.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. All right. So, Kelly, why don't you tell the folks where we can be found?
We can be found on our homepage, which is www.themarriedgamers.net. We can also be found, on Facebook at facebook.com/themarriedgamers. On Twitter, you can follow us at Married Gamers. You can also follow Lefty at Lefty Brown or myself at Mrs. Lefty Brown. Or you can find us over at Google Plus, which is,
yeah, I don't know what off the top of my head.
Search The Married Gamers and we're on Google Plus. We're on Pinterest, which is /The Married Gamers.
No, just
or Married Gamers
/ Married Gamers.
Okay.
Pinterest.com, obviously.
Yeah. So that is where you can find us at. And also don't forget you can send us mail, which is marriedgamers@outlook.com.
Yes. And we'd like to thank our sponsors, Tioga Sequoia and Kelly.
Yes.
You recently, when I was in Boston, you went to a special event at Tioga Sequoia. Why don't you tell people about that?
I did. They had I think it was their 5th anniversary party. They had some special brews that they tapped throughout the day. They tapped, they have their rush hour that they just recently, bottled, and they tapped one that had some coconut in it, which was a very delish. And they also tapped out their Midnight Lightning, which I didn't have because I knew I wasn't going to enjoy it, but I was able to hear some very great I want to say reviews from people who were drinking it. They're going, man, this Midnight Lightning is light-tastic. I was like,
light-tastic?
That was what some people were saying. So I was like, well, I guess that must be really good. But, it was amazing to see. They had a lot of bands playing throughout that. And every time that I was looking at it, the lines to get beer were not short. There were people just going after the beer over and over again.
Yeah, people are going crazy in the Central Valley for Tioga Sequoia beer, and right now I'm drinking the classic.
The classic, or your classic?
General Sherman IPA.
Yes, and if it was me, if we had some, I would be drinking the 99. That is my classic.
Yes. So you can find Tioga Sequoia if you're located in Central Valley and your local stores and whatnot, or you can go online and get a gander at what they have for events at tioga-sequoia.com. All right. So, Kelly.
Yes.
We like mail.
We do. And I love to sing my song when we have mail.
No.
We don't have email, so I can't sing it.
Okay. But, we have games to give away. So, two great things that go great together. So,
yes.
So we want to hear from you. If you guys have a question or comment and you might want to win a game.
That's true.
Send them in send us your questions and comments, things that we can discuss here on the Married Gamers to marriedgamers@outlook.com. Every week we'll randomly select one of the questions that we use in the episode, and you will receive a game or until we are out of our surplus games. And, this next week, we're going to be giving away Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell for the Xbox 360. So if you want to have a chance at winning that game and you want to contribute to the Married Gamers podcast with interesting conversation, you can do so at marriedgamers@outlook.com. If you want to be included in the giveaway, it would be good if you also include your mailing address. It makes things so much easier. All right. So keep that in mind, and we look forward to your listener mail. So that's marriedgamers@outlook.com. All right, Kelly, the Week in Geek.
Yes,
it's been a while.
It has been.
It's been like the Weeks in Geek. Although I should say, for those people who listen to my other podcast that I'm a co-host on, Gamer Husbands Radio, they may already know what I've been playing. But
that's true.
For those who haven't, Kelly,
They don't know what I've been playing though.
They don't know what you've been playing games?
Hey,
tell me about it.
You know what? Come here. Wait, you're too far away from me to slap.
Oh, okay. I see. I know one of the games, and we'll be talking extensively about it later in the show. But
yes.
What have you been playing or doing?
So I've been playing some Titanfall, which we will be getting into more in depth. So I won't spend too much time talking about Titanfall. So I've been playing a lot of Candy Crush.
Oh gosh,
it's my my go-to.
Your go-to not have to think game?
No, my go-to relaxation.
Sit on the toilet game?
Okay, yeah. I was trying to think of well, because you only get 5 tries until you have to wait or ask friends for more tries. So it's perfect. But I also have been playing some Plants vs. Zombies 2. It's About Time. Or
I want to play that game so much.
It's on my iPad.
It needs to come to Windows. It needs to come to Xbox. Jeez Louise.
It's on my iPad.
This is EA. This is Plants vs. Zombies. It's supposed to be on everything.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez. Anyways.
And so they just released a new time place. But I'm playing in Egypt right now.
A time place? No. You mean a place in history?
A place in history, yeah. Which is, I believe it was Egypt, but I'm playing in Pirate Land right now.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where you get frustrated because you're like, the area that I'm in right now, you can't have the zombies walk over the flowers. So you have to figure out what plant is going to work best, and the pirates come in and whatnot.
Do you like it better than the first Plants vs. Zombies?
I feel like it's more strategic, but I don't know. I like the first one better, personally.
What? How so?
I guess because it's the first. I don't know, because I didn't have to worry about unlocking things and gaining the coinage to unlock it, and
so it's too drawn out.
Yeah.
Is it because they want you to buy?
Yeah, they want you to buy, and so
that's a constant thorn in the...
Yeah, and it's that, it'll pop up, you could buy now, or keep playing. And, I'm not willing to, I know there's plenty of people who are willing to buy it, but I'm not willing to. I'm just I'll just keep buying it. I'll just keep playing until I can get to it, So, and then I started playing Trials Fusion.
Okay.
And
how a lot, or
I just so I went to go download it, and I don't know if it's because I am hooked up wirelessly versus direct connect, but it took over 45 minutes for this game to download. And
well, it is 5 gigs.
I don't know, but so I was while it was downloading, I watched TV. And then I forgot that I had it downloaded, and so I went to bed. And then,
So do you like it?
Yes and no.
Oh boy.
So,
okay. Why no?
Because I can't land tricks.
Because it's difficult.
Yeah.
You haven't got the physics right. Well, that's like all the Trials games.
Yeah, so I'm not a flippy doo-doo person.
No, flippy doo-doo.
So, it tells you at the very beginning, it's do you know how to start your, press on the gas. Yay, you know how to press the gas. You can also press the brake.
Right,
yay,
the tutorial.
It tells you how to do it. Within the matter of maybe a 1 minute span. It's lean forward, lean back.
Right.
Good job.
Right.
And then it's off to the races, basically. You go.
Right.
And so, I do have to say it's quite funny. If you land on your back and you don't hit back to go to the last save point, your man lays on the ground and acts on his back like he's humping the sky.
Okay.
He's hump, 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 and that's all he does. So that's really kind of funny. But anyways.
So why do you like it so far?
Because I can finish the races really fast.
They're short, so you get that that instant hit of gratification.
Yeah, but if you don't,
frustration.
if you don't do the flippy doo-doos,
otherwise known as the flips, the stunts,
you only get bronze medals.
yeah.
And the game basically is like, wah, wah.
It's a challenging game. It's supposed to be one of those games that is meant to be challenging and attracts that certain kind of gamer that loves those type of challenges.
Yeah, and so like I can do like one flip, and then it like when you do a flip, it like launches you higher, and then when you do like one flip, and you're like, yay, I did it! Your like guy like stays in the air like really high, and then it lands on the ground, and you have this like, well, that was melodramatic. Wonk, wonk. And like you try to do a second one, and you end up on your back. And I mean, when you land, you hear this like, well, whoops. Mm-hmm. So.
Okay. Anything else you want to mention?
Yeah. So you suck.
What?
So I'm playing this game called Alpha Checks against you and like, like 5 other people that I've never met in my entire life because I just did randoms. Now the randoms, I don't care if I win or lose against them. You, I do.
Okay.
And you steal all my consonants.
It's random.
I don't care. You steal them. You like.
I get all the vowels. I'm like, what the heck?
No, you.
Why do I need 4 I's and 2 E's?
You steal all my consonants because I don't get any consonants. You like. I think you steal them and put them in your back pocket and use them on a rainy day. And what in the hell is like? Ugh. Like you put in the most. I think that you like just throw like stupid letters and see if they stick and hit. Yeah, that's so a word. Because then I get like all the time because like
sometimes it's just because I played it for so long that I know because it's been played against me. Because
like I put like I play words like pee and like poop
and dog. You know, anything a 5th or 3rd grader would do.
And that they're real words.
They are.
And then I get like, you know, yay, they're like worth 6 points. And then the next round, Chris plays like,
how is that spelled?
I don't know.
Can you use that in a sentence?
No. And it's worth like 38 points. and I end up losing that round, that whole entire game. Like, Lefty Brown, 382 to Mrs. Lefty Brown, 28.
No, like
no, I know that, but it's like ridiculous. And then the one thing I have to say against Alpha Jacks is when you finish the whole game, it doesn't let you re-challenge. You have to like start a whole new game against them, which is really lackluster because there should be a booyah, I just beat your ass, here I'm gonna re-challenge you, and you can, which I've never had, I've never been able to do. You should be able to do it to me. And you get to play like the badoo against that.
Please stop doing that.
It's Russian for like dog.
So anything you want to wrap up with?
Oh, yeah. So, if you are a friend of mine or if you follow me on, I think I posted on Twitter as well, you may have seen a very interesting, or Lefty, Vine or Facebook post from both of us or one of us, yesterday or Saturday. Lefty and I were watching, the second season of Veronica Mars. And, we're just hanging into the 3rd season, which Lefty has never watched the 3rd season of Veronica Mars. And I've never watched any of Veronica Mars. And I don't know yet if I like the 3rd season. Because
we haven't even finished the first episode.
Yes, we did. We finished the first season, the first episode. But like, you know, you're used to a long time ago.
The theme song.
Used to, which is like all poppy. And then this last season, it's a long time ago. Okay. And it's like, they're trying, it's like they decided that no longer is it teenage soap opera meets Nancy Drew, but it's, oh my goodness, they're in college. Let's pep it up.
Okay.
But not really.
All right. Well, let's see how the season goes.
And if anybody can tell me, I'm sure I could look it up, but who this new love interest is in Veronica Mars's life.
Okay.
I think he's a singer.
Oh, the actor is?
Yeah. I'm sure I could IMDb it and I find it out really fast. But anyways. Yeah. So that's my Weekend Geek. There's other stuff that I've done, but I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay, what about you, honey?
Well, as for me, last weekend I was in Boston. So,
yes, you were.
So, traveling, I took my 3DS, got a lot of street passes.
I should have given you mine.
No way.
Yeah.
I can barely handle one. What am I going to do with two?
Do twice as much?
No. So, I was playing street pass games and enjoying that.
Wait, games? Did you buy one?
So,
did you buy one?
No, not one. No.
Two?
No.
Three?
I bought a pack.
How many in the pack?
I think there was like 4 games in the pack.
So you bought the bunny one?
What bunny one?
Isn't there one that has a bunny in it?
No, there's a
flowers.
space one, which I hate. There's a flowers one, which is okay. There's a warrior something or other that I love, in which you have to try to take over the world. And so you gather forces. And then there is the haunted house one, the manor or whatever, which is pretty okay, but it gets really difficult quickly. Enjoying them. I enjoyed them. Now, now that I'm back home, getting street passes have slowed down to the 100th degree.
Apparently, talking about that, I've heard that if you drive by, you don't have to go into Starbucks and seriously, Starbucks and McDonald's, you get 6 a day. So so if we get off on that one street, we can go buy a Starbucks and a McDonald's every day.
Okay. See, I'm not going to do that because I would feel like, my life has no meaning.
Oh, come on. It'd be fun.
No. But I was going to say, because I took my 3DS, I got back into, Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
New Leaf. Mm-hmm. And I've been enjoying that. In fact, I was playing it this morning while I was watching the Arsenal game, Arsenal winning, for a change. Even though I'm a Liverpool fan, I can now cheer on Arsenal because they're so far behind. So yeah, I'm enjoying Animal Crossing again, and have been playing that. Other than that, Titanfall, which we'll get into. I'm Generation 2, working my way up, and I believe that's about it. That's pretty much it for gaming at the moment. Although I do want to try Trials, and so I have it downloaded, so I'll have to jump into that sometime this week. Other than that, it was PAX East, play a lot of games, and we'll get into that in just a few minutes here. Comic book wise, I'm still reading Thor, Walter Simonson Essentials collection, and really enjoying that. Yesterday was Record Store Day, and went to a local record store, picked up a few Record Store Day exclusives that I'm anxious to. I played a little bit. We had a little party gathering, listening party. But I'm really anxious to just sit down and just absorb it. Some of the highlights is I'm a Green Day fan, and they had a Green Day 12-inch demo of songs from the last 3 albums, Uno, Dos, Tres. And I played part of that, and it's really good. It's great. If you're a Green Day fan, you're going to like it. Picked up the new Pixies album, the only time it's going to be pressed on vinyl, so I'm excited to dig into that. But yeah, it's fun. I didn't do a lot of digging around for older stuff, but very happy with what I came away with. TV wise, I mentioned Mad Men. I'm excited. I think it's 6 or 8 episodes this year, and the next year it wraps up with the final half. So I'm interested in seeing how it sort of all wraps up, and you can see sort of the strings out there, and they need to be pulled together and woven together. So I'm really interested. It's not, I can see why people don't like it, but for me, I think it's a great study in not only history, but in human beings as well. You mentioned Veronica Mars, and we've been Captain America. I finally took you to Captain America, and we both really enjoyed that. And that's basically my weeks in geek. Oh, and I've finished Pastrich, that religious book about the Lutheran pastor,
right?
Out of Denver, Colorado. It's such a meaningful book, and really hit me very, very hard. In learning to just forgive people, and that's a very difficult thing for me. So that's going to bring up some stuff in my life, and it's going to be painful and hard, and all the things that walking the Christian walk has to be sometimes. So I am entering into that with fear and trepidation, and hopefully with God's grace. So that is my weeks in geek. Let's talk about PAX East.
Okay, sounds good. So, I had the fantastic opportunity to earlier this week listen to our wonderful friends that you had the opportunity to, whether it was, should I say wonderful, share a room with one member of this podcast, the Game Hounds podcast.
Yes. Oh, they were a delight.
So I listened to them, and they regaled their PAX experiences. And, it's the first time in quite a while that I haven't been at a PAX with you. Mm-hmm. And so I felt a wee bit detached from PAX. One, because I was working one of the 3 days, but 2 of the days that you were gone. So that kind of made the detachment there for me. But, I wanted to talk to you about some of the games that you had the fantastic opportunity to see. PAX East has always been a bit of an odd PAX because of the fact that GDC happens just before, and E3, a lot of the times these developers are holding a lot of their
games,
their
and
secrets and announcements for E3. So there's this kind of odd,
it's sort of
odd
a dead
feel.
period.
Yeah. Although I think a lot of the indie developers are finding that PAX East is kind of a real treasure spot for them, because they're able to show the public and also the press their games that they don't really have an opportunity at E3 so much so to show, because the public doesn't get to go to E3.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head, so to speak. The biggest publisher showing new stuff there, I would say would be 2K. Really, first thing I did when I got onto the convention floor, I headed over there and I played Evolve. Now this is from the makers of the first Left 4 Dead game, and it's a 4 versus 1. So you have 4 people playing together as a team versus 1, which is a monster. Now, on the other side, you have 4 people. You have a trapper, a support guy, an assault guy, and a medic. And I say guy generically.
Right.
And then on the other side, you have a monster.
A real live, like not real live monster, but a actual monster, not.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're there to kill it. Now, the problem is, the monster eats local livestock and animals and sometimes characters, and evolves. And as they evolve, they get tougher to kill. They develop new powers. And so it becomes a big hunt. And it's a lot of fun. So I didn't get to play as the monster, and I'm not sure how they're going to assign a gamer the monster in a match. But I played an assault character, and our team worked really well. It's one of those games, as soon as you sit down, you start playing as a team. You start communicating, you try to work towards a common good, and it worked out really well. I thought the one map that we played, it was sort of like a dense jungle meets military base area. I thought it looked good. It played well. This game is coming out in the fall, and it worked really good. It was a lot of fun. This is a game I could really see hanging out with my old Left 4 Dead buddies, who have now moved over to the PS4, and just playing that for a long time. So we only played one game type, but it was mentioned that there's going to be other game types as well. There's going to be very different kinds of monsters you'll play out, different game modes, of course, different maps. So all of this is coming later this fall. No definite date, our definitive date is set yet, but this is going to be on the PS4, the Xbox One, and PC, and it looks fantastic. This is probably as of right now the game I'm most looking forward to this year. I'm sure that will change when E3 hits, but it looks fantastic and played very, very well. Yeah. So when are they saying that? Is this a game that will be coming out this year, next year? Well, like I just said, in the fall.
In the fall. No, I know that, but fall being like Christmas time or?
No, well, that would be the winter.
Well, but do they have a definitive date or is
I just said
fall?
Put down your Facebook game.
You said fall.
Yeah, yeah.
But that could be any time from August to.
Well, like I said, they didn't. Like I just said, they didn't have a definitive date.
Okay.
So other things that I sort of saw. Let me pull out something here that looks good here. There Comes an Echo from Iridium Studios. They made a Sequence. There Comes an Echo is a voice RTS. And so you use your controller only for camera views, and the rest of the time you're using your voice to instruct your players where to go and what to do. And it worked surprisingly well. Now this is coming out for Steam, Xbox One, and PS4. If you're playing it on Xbox One, it will have Kinect support, so making that easier. And what's really cool is the actors. They have Will Wheaton and Ashley Birch, playing it. And I talked to the head guy from Iridium, and he said they haven't recorded all the dialogue yet, but they're going to encourage them to do some what's that called? Non-scripted dialogue. Has put that in there, and so they had a special type of dialogue for PAX East. And I heard Will Wheaton mention PAX East quite a bit. I think he mentioned PAX Play or something like that. So it looks fun, but I could see
concerned about that.
Well,
you're like,
because I could also see problems because it's voice operated.
Right.
And I don't know how much your traditional gamer wants to be shouting commands at the game.
Oh, okay.
So, but it'll be interesting. It looks good. It played well. This is coming out, in October this year. So, that was interesting. I enjoyed taking a look at that. Like I said, this is all about the indies. And so I have a lot that I saw. I spent some time over at our friends at Firehose Games.
Uh-huh.
And, talked about a small little, iOS and Android game. Well, I believe the iOS game is out now, in fact, called Let's Quip. And basically it's these, sort of lighthearted debates, using this, app. It's free to play, and, so each player is, generated like these random topics. So you could have like William Shatner versus, Ryan Gosling, and you have, you have 140 characters to debate why William Shatner is better than Ryan Gosling, and then people vote on if they liked your quip or not, and then that debate goes for 24 hours, and one of them, whoever gets the most votes, is declared a winner.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's just one of those small little games. If you're just a smartphone type game or tablet type game, if you have time to waste around with. The other game that doesn't have a release date yet, that was interesting. I thought it was fun. It was a first-person cat simulator.
First-person cat?
Yes, and it's called Collateral Damage. Get it? Collateral Damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and basically this is what happens when you, as a cat person, leave the house, and what the cat does. It tries to destroy everything. So it sort of reminded me of a little bit of Katamari, but not the rolling up part, but the destruction part. This is coming out on Steam first, and they're going to decide what to do with it later. And it's going to be Steam Workshop, so there'll be level editors and stuff like this. And it's just, one of these great, fun games that no matter what type of gamer, it's easily approachable and a lot of fun to play. Because it's just, destruction. So,
you like games with destruction, don't you?
It's fun. It let off steam and whatnot. So, yeah, it was good. Robot Entertainment announced a new game.
Okay.
Orcs Must Die Unchained. Now, this is going to be a free-to-play game, and it's competitive multiplayer. So it's going to be 5-on-5. This time, folks will finally be able to play as the orcs on the other side.
Are there baby orcs?
No, there are not baby orcs.
They will have baby orcs, I promise.
I had an interview with Patrick Hudson that will be going up on the website this week. There's not going to be a campaign. This is going to be a free digital download, and then you can buy packs for different things like to get a starter deck and in-game gold and stuff like that. But you get these packs to help build your sort of characters that you play and whatnot. And it is going to be on Steam. It's not going to be on a console. Right, as of right now, there's not gamepad support, but they said that it will be coming. So if you want to use your gamepad on Steam, so it's keyboard and mouse, and right now it's an alpha, so okay. It still has this work to do to get it ready for prime time, so to speak. But if you head on over to Orcs Must Die Unchained or Robot Entertainment, there's details on how you can get into the alpha now by buying founders packs and whatnot. So go take a look at that. So yeah, and there's going to be ways that you can play with your friends in this 5-to-5. And I thought it was pretty cool because for people who like competitive multiplayer, Robot Entertainment is bringing it to them now. So
that's
it's going to be neat.
Because people have been wanting that competitive multiplayer. Yeah,
another small game I saw was Roundabout. This is comes from a new studio, No Goblin. They can be found at roundaboutgame.com. This is a game set in 1977. It's really serious, really just funny, tongue in cheek, and then it's a physics puzzler. So the 1977, there's live action cuts into it. So, like in Crazy Taxi, when you would pick someone up, when you pick someone up in this game, it cuts to this live action, really cheesy, like someone comes in and then you notice the person you picked up is E from Xbox.
What?
Yeah, they're using people that you may know, such as E and some other people as well. And they're just doing the most cheesiest dialogue, to the point that it's funny. And this is coming. Oh, let's see here. This is coming to the Xbox One, and no date on when. It's going to be $15, and it's a physics game. So you play a spinning limo, and you have to get through different challenges. You have to do certain challenges and not try to destroy your limo. So you just have to sort of time things, and yeah, it's interesting and fun, but it could also it is also challenging as well. So it's just this really weird, bizarre game that actually played really, really well.
Sounds interesting.
I'm trying to think, is there anything that you wanted to know about?
So when you go through the indie area, I know at least when I went through the indie area at PAX Prime, you always end up coming upon those games that you didn't anticipate finding, that you're like, you always have your appointments that you're going to go to, and then all of a sudden you're like walking by and you're like, oh crap, I didn't even expect to see this game. Did you have any of those, oh crap, didn't expect to see this game?
Yes, I had two that I was overjoyed with and that I am now such a fan of. The first one, and I there's already a write-up on the Mary Gamers website about this. It's from a dev called Asteroid Base, and they are a few devs out of Toronto. And the game is called Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime.
Okay.
Now let me set this up for you. There is a spaceship, a round, almost planet-like spaceship.
Uh-huh.
And in the spaceship are all these little rooms connected with ladders. Think Burger Time ladders. And this is ideally a local co-op 2-player game. It's going to be it's not going to have any online component. So this is in-room co-op.
Okay.
If you decide to play as a single player, you will be given an AI space pet. So ideally, you're playing with, someone love, whatever. And you both have to sort of work together to complete these objectives. You're in this universe, and it's really beautifully polygonal sort of universe that just gorgeous to look at. And you're being attacked by these like space monsters. Some of them, when I played, there's like these sort of space bees that were attacking you and other type of monsters.
Bees.
Yeah. And so the two of you have to sort of go room to room. In one room operates like the left gun, the other room, the right gun. There's a room that operates the navigation of the planet or of your spaceship. And you sort of, it's sort of like that scene in Star Wars. In fact, this was their inspiration when Han Solo and Luke Skywalkers are shooting TIE fighters out of the sky. Don't get cocky, kid. Remember that scene?
Yeah.
That they took that as sort of inspiration. Is sort of that frenetic work together, type for the common good. And in the midst of trying to keep your planet toy from your spaceship from blowing up, you had to free these space pets. And when you free enough of space pets, it opens up more areas, and you have to fight your boss battle. Now, your boss battle are constellations come to life to fight you. So in the demo I played, it was the bear, the Ursula
Minor, Ursula Major.
Yeah, Ursula Major. And it attacks you. It has claws and, gnashy teeth and it just looks gorgeous. I mean, the whole game just absolutely gorgeous. It reminds me of the games that Q Games puts out. I'm forgetting the names of them right now. But it's amazingly gorgeous. I love that sort of new way of gameplay that can be very, very thrilling for two people, or sometimes very frustrating. Like if you and I played it together,
right?
I think we would have a blast, but we could have our moments in which, like,
we're ready to kill each
why
other.
didn't you pilot the ship to go left when you asked?
Right.
That sort of thing. And so there's going to be 4 different constellations. One of them is the sea monster Cestus, and various, and they're all sort of themed around the different areas. So sort of a Cestus. So you imagine a lot of underwater creatures, monsters, and stuff like that.
Right.
And let's see here. No date it's coming out yet. It's going to be coming out on Steam, but I played it on a Xbox 360 controller.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to have gamepad support. And I'm super excited about this game. This game looks amazing, and it's doing something that, we here at the Merry Gamers, I think, can really get behind, having these great experiences that couples or families can have together.
Right.
I saw a father and son play it, and they had a blast. The kid was getting upset with his father, though, but
his dad wasn't doing it right, or whatever.
Exactly. So this could be a really peach of a game. This is a game I'm going to watch over time, and I think eventually we're going to have them on the Merry Gamers to talk about their game as it gets closer to release. But it's such a great game. There was another game, sort of, and this sort of became like the question about whether or not it was a game. It was from developer Pop Cannibal, and the game is Elegy for a Dead World. And this is one of those games that you start to use the word game very loosely.
Okay.
It's more those that sort of experiential, because this is a game about writing. You are a human set to investigate dead worlds. So you land on this world that used to be, a civilization of some type. And at least in the demo, you could either do a poem or you could write a story. I went the poem route. And you basically walk from one area to another, and it looks gorgeous, really, really nice looking graphics. And as you walk in this dead planet, you get to a point in which you sort of take the moment to observe and then write.
Okay.
And you go through that throughout the entire mission, so to speak. And then at the end, it shows you the poem that you wrote. Now, what they want to do is that poem or that story that you wrote would then be uploaded to, a place, Steam users can access, and then they can download it and experience that story. And their concept is, people can see things but come up with different stories about what they saw. And that's part of the fun of the game, is reading how other people interpreted it.
Right.
And that's an interesting angle, as a person who loves poetry, who writes poetry, as an English lit person, this touches me in a way, that I really find exciting and different. And, that's the thing I love about video games is right now that term video games is so wide open that, you have experiences like Gone Home or Elegy for a Dead World, and then you have experiences like Titanfall and whatnot. It's just a huge thing, and I love games that are doing something a little different and being experimental. And yeah, sure, it's not for everyone, but there's going to be some people that are really going to latch onto this and say, "Wow, this is going to encourage me to write my own book." And so for me, this is a game I'm going to watch and see how this develops.
Right.
Those were the real highlights for me at PAX.
I heard that there were there may have been Cards Against Humanity night.
Yeah, well, I was going to get into, the other thing about PAX was hanging out with friends. So I did a lot of hanging out with the folks from Gamer Husbands. We've talked about them for years. They've been friends to us for a long time, and we love them dearly. But we joke around a lot, and there was a lot of fun. We played Cards Against Humanity up into the early morning several times. So that was a blast. It was an absolute blast. We did our getting together with friends and also making new friends. I've been on Game Enthuse a few times, but I've never met Indifference and Tiny ever before in real life. And so this gave me an opportunity to actually get to know them and really, they're really cool guys. And I actually did a hour-long podcast with them and a few other friends, which will get out as its own episode here this coming week. Oh, I also met Uriah, who does the show.
Uh-huh.
Who I've always wanted to meet, because he does the show by himself, and to do a gaming type show by yourself is awfully hard, but he pulls it off and he does it well. So it was neat getting an opportunity to talk to him and get to know him a little bit better. So, that sort of stuff at PAX East, I really, really enjoy as well. One other thing I need to mention before we talk about Titanfall is it was also announced at PAX East that there is a new PAX. It's going to be called PAX South. It's starting the last weekend in January 2015.
Correct. 23rd through the 25th.
Yeah, thank you. And it's located in one of my favorite spots growing up, San Antonio, Texas, which now I'm really tempted to go because I love San Antonio. So I really want to have an opportunity to go back and check out that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city. So that's happening. And we talk a lot about PAX South on this podcast I did with Indifference and Tiny and friends. So we'll save that sort of discussion for that podcast, which will be out later this week here. So any other things you want to know about PAX before we dive into Titanfall?
Nope.
All right. So let's talk Titanfall.
What do you mean? What about Titanfall?
Kelly, we all know that sometimes there's some things. I mean, I won't. You're not a bad gamer by
Not at all.
You're a pretty decent gamer. Sometimes you just have some issues with things.
What do you mean?
Ladders in Mass Effect and Left 4 Dead. However, Titanfall. So on Friday, we were playing Titanfall with our community, and we're going to be doing that for quite a bit. And for details on community game nights, you can check our Facebook page, / The Married Gamers over on Facebook. And so we were having fun, leveling up. You went from level 2
to almost a level 6.
A level 6, not too shabby. You enjoy the game, right?
I do. I really do enjoy it.
So tell me about your experience.
Well, so this is my first time playing a lot of these maps and everything like that.
We were playing Hardpoint, the game mode of that.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of times when I was jumping around and I got shot in the ass. That wasn't very nice. And apparently you guys don't like that I talk so much.
Well, I did. I got a little annoyed by it.
Well, because I was telling you guys that I was at Alpha and I was holding down Alpha.
No, it wasn't just that. It was everything. Oh, everything that happened to you. Oh, I just got shot. Oh, what's this? What's someone to call it? And then, you know how you make up words for things, the thingamabopper or.
Because I don't know what they're called.
Every single thing that was happening to you, you had to say.
Of course.
And so it made it hard, the chatter saying, okay, I'm on your 6, or I'm going over to B.
What does that mean I'm on my 6?
Okay, if you look at a clock, 6, so it'd be behind you.
Yeah, so I don't understand those things.
So yeah, and part of it's just because, I live with you.
Yeah.
And, average relationship type things, sometimes you just want to say, honey, could you just tone it down a little bit?
Yeah, but so anyways,
that's a nice way of saying
so then, so the little woman on the screen says
the little person on the screen.
Yeah, the lady up top.
What lady up top? The voice?
There's a woman that pops up.
Okay.
And she says, pilot, your Titan will be ready in however long.
2 minutes.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, 2 minutes. I got time to walk around. And so Kirkham tells me that, you can shoot the robot thingamabobbers and,
Spectres. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, whatever they're called, for an achievement. So I was shooting all of them and having fun playing with them.
Okay.
And so I was inside the building. And, so then the lady said, she said, pilot, your Titan is ready. And I was like, okay. So I called my Titan. My Titan never showed up.
Did you hear it crash to the ground?
Yeah.
So it did show up.
I guess, but I was inside the building.
So did you ever find your Titan?
No.
Okay. Let me get this straight. The name of the game is called Titanfall.
Yeah.
You heard your Titanfall.
Yeah.
But you couldn't find your Titan.
Well, see, I was inside the building and looking at these things.
Did you go outside the building?
Yeah.
And you still couldn't find your Titan?
No.
It's supposed to follow you around unless you put it on guard mode.
Wait, what?
Your Titan will follow you around if it can
will?
go. Yeah. If it can go inside the building, it will go inside the building.
Wait. Your Titan follows you?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Yes.
It's like a dog?
You can set it in 2 modes. Follow mode or
How
guard
do you do
mode.
that?
By when it's landed, if you press down it, and then you'll hear a little voice saying follow mode or something like that.
No way.
Or guard mode.
No way.
Yes. So you not knowing that, it automatically goes in follow mode. So you couldn't find your Titan. And meanwhile, your Titan is trying to follow you around. Did you ever think to looking back at you? Now, as you were walking, did you hear like thud, thud, thud behind you?
Yeah.
It never dawned on you to turn around.
In front of me.
Honey.
I couldn't find my Titan. My Titan.
Your Titan probably knew where you were. Do you need like a alarm on your Titan?
I do.
You know, you can press a button, alarm the sound, so you can sort of follow the sound. Now the question is, I wonder if your Auto Titan.
Wait. There's an Auto Titan?
Well, if you're not in your Titan, it's an Auto Titan.
What do you mean?
It's automatic. That's why it was following you around.
Wait, my Titan was following me?
Yes, I already explained that to you. So I wonder. Okay, all right, Crackly. So I wonder if your Auto Titan actually got any kills.
Wait, the Titan can kill without you inside of it?
Yes, when it's Auto Titan, so it's performing its duties without you in it. So if it's engaged, did you ever hear Auto Titan engaging?
Yeah.
Yeah, your Titan was fighting someone for you. So not only could you not find it, it was probably getting a better kill-death ratio than you were at the time. So, I guess this is a handy tip. If you don't know where your Titan is, look around.
Well, I did. I went outside and I couldn't find my Titan.
Did you turn around?
No, I was running around trying to find him. I did. I looked outside.
So, folks, have you ever played Titanfall with us and you have Kelly on the other team? If you see her, please, or if you're on our team, please escort her to her Titan.
I lost my Titan.
All right. So, good time?
I did. Can I play some more Titanfall?
Absolutely. So, one thing we want to do is do more of Twitch streaming. And we're going to try to set up regular days in which we do that. And we'll have it running, whenever we're playing whatnot and stuff. So, this weekend I did a lot of Twitch streaming.
Do you think a lot of people lose their Titans in Titanfall?
Not all the time. Maybe just people who have troubles with ladders.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So, we're running out of time. So, Kelly, take us out.
You can find the Married Gamers on multiple places on the internet, usually behind you, on www.themarriedgamers.net. Also on Facebook at facebook.com/themarriedgamers. You can follow us on Twitter. I was going to say Twitter. Apparently I'm in Boston.
Well, we watched Fargo, so you're doing Minnesota.
Yeah, I guess
you betcha.
Yeah,
you can find us on Twitter. You betcha.
Yeah. At
www.themarriedgamers.net. Yeah.
Yeah, we watched Fargo. That was an interesting movie.
Yeah.
Anybody know if it's really a true movie?
You'll have to look on the internet.
I did, and it said it was true. The internet has this great
thing that can provide answers for you.
Oh, is it behind me? Also, send us mail so I can sing my mailbag song. marriedgamers@outlook.com.
No mailbag song. Okay, so we have an app for the Married Gamers. It's available on most smartphones and tablets for $1.99. And you can access all our episodes, our bonus content, any stuff that we sort of share there. It's a unique way of experience the Married Gamers podcast, and it helps pay, things like server costs and stuff like that. So just go to your store on your smartphone or tablet and search for the Married Gamers. You'll find it there. And thank you very much for the folks who have picked that up. It does help in small amounts. So that is the Married Gamers, episode 331. I think I'll call this one, Honey, I Lost My Titan.
I did. I lost it.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. We'll talk to you next week.